What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. You check out the content. And with that being said, man, the this Eastern Conference race just got a little bit more interesting. Jayson Tatum just came back. Jayson Tatum just came back, man, and it this is it's going to make it harder for Detroit to come out of that East because this, I don't know. I think let me see that now. The Celtics are in second place in the East, right behind Detroit. But it's really going to be hard for Detroit to get past these Celtics, man, and because Jayson Tatum just makes them so much more harder to beat. You already got Jaylen Brown playing at a great. He just was having a great season. In my opinion, I think he should be in the running for MVP. He also is a two-way basketball player, somebody who's very good on the offensive end. Then he don't mind strapping up and going down on the defensive end and just trying to stop his opponent, right? And that's true of the whole team. So even without Jayson Tatum, they were, like the Celtics look really, really good. Now, I thought before they got Jayson Tatum back, I thought that, Detroit would probably be able to edge them out and get past them. But Jayson Tatum comes back. He scores 12 points in his first game back. I think they played the Mavericks. He scored 12 points. They didn't try, he's just trying to work his way back into game shape, basically, and get his rhythm back. But this is good for the NBA, man. It's just going to make it so much tougher for Detroit, man. And I like Detroit, but it's going to be hard, man. It's really going to be hard. So they were also discussing this on the Odd Couple show, right? Rob Parker and his co-host was discussing this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the audio, then I'm gonna come back and give my input on what I think about what Rob Parker comments were and what his co-host said.
Tatum is coming back, and it's only can help the Celtics.
That's right. If you missed hour two, we spoke about it with Gary Washburn, friend of the show, longtime NBA reporter from the Boston Globe. Jayson Tatum, arguably the best Celtics player of the last decade, will be making his return to the court tomorrow night for the first time in 10 months after suffering a torn Achilles tendon. He's coming back not to some cellar dweller, not to some also-ran, not to some playoff hopeful, but to the second best team in the Eastern Conference. They are adding a former All-NBA player, albeit coming off an Achilles, Jayson Tatum, back in Boston.
Now, that's crazy. Just imagine that, right? He's not coming back to like the Washington Wizards or the Utah Jazz or nothing like that, man. This dude is coming back to the team that's in the second place, right? So, it's just like if a team you got a team that's on the verge of getting over the hump and trying to get themselves into the championship, and they make a trade for the one piece they know that's going to get them into contention, right? It's just almost that same type of situation.
And Keith, I'm going to tell you, people can poo-poo the Celtics all they want. I know they wrote them off. Gary Washburn just explained how they got rid of all their veterans. This was supposed to be a punt season, right? Yeah. No Jayson Tatum. We'll see what we got. We're not going to pay these old guys to stick around. We're not winning anything. Let's trade Porzingis. Like, they just cleaned house a little bit, right? Al Horford, see ya. Thank you. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Holiday.
Drew Holiday will help them win a championship. All that.
They got rid of Luke Cornett, and he said, no Magic City night.
Now, I thought the one person they let go that I thought would hurt them was Al Horford, right? I mean, not Al Horford, Drew Holiday. Porzingis leaving, okay. Horford leaving, Porzingis helped them a lot, and Horford helped them a lot, but I could kind of see, but I thought Drew Holiday, because Drew is a pure point guard. Now, you do have Pritchard, right? I like Pritchard. So, and Pritchard he stepped up. He stepped up this year, and it's turning out to be a really good move because you got Pritchard, who is he's a pure point guard. He's a pass first guard. He can score. Definitely, he can score. So they was, in my opinion, now only thing the difference between Pritchard and Holiday is defense. I think Holiday is better on defense than Pritchard, but Pritchard is not a pushover or a bum or anything like that. So it's not really hurting him. At least not yet. I want to see in the playoffs, like, will anybody try to pick on Pritchard? Which, like I said, their team is just so good defensively. They might be able to. It'll be easier to hide just one player. So that's my take on that. But let me get back to some more of what Rob Parker was saying.
Because they got rid of him.
There you go. But my point though is this: with a 75%, 80% Jayson Tatum, they are my favorites in the East. I don't want to hear about the Pistons. I don't want to hear about the Knicks. I don't want to hear about the Cavs. Look at what they've been able to do to hold this together. Jaylen Brown has had an MVP-type season. How? And now they're going to add one of the best players back to the mix? An all-pro or all for first-team NBA kind of player into the mix? And Jayson Tatum? There's only one reason that they lost to the Knicks last year. They blew double-digit fourth-quarter leads in each of the first two games. And in those games, thanks for saying that, Boston shot a combined 25 for 100 from three. They missed 75 threes in 2 games. That's why the Knicks beat them. That's why the Celtics went bye-bye. There's no way they could ever duplicate that. It was unbelievable to watch. The Celtics, not the Pistons, who can't shoot threes either. I talked about that earlier. And not the Cavaliers, even with James Harden. And not the New York Knicks. If the Celtics play the way that they've played, everybody has talked about how great the Pistons have been all year. And
now, I like the Pistons, but now when you bring back Tatum to the Celtics, that gives them a two-headed monster. Like, so you got Tatum and you got Brown. So if Tatum not and this has happened with them in the past, like when Tatum's not having a good night on the offensive end, Brown can step up and take that scoring load. So when you go to the Pistons, you look at the Pistons. If the guy Cade Cunningham is not having a good night on the scoring end, like, who do you bring in to, where do you get your points from if it's not from Cade Cunningham? So that's the only thing. Like, as far as defense, I like the Pistons, and when they are clicking on offense, they tough to beat. But you have one guy, man, and so like Cade Cunningham, in my opinion, is basically going to have to be like unstoppable, like Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant or something like that, in order for them to elevate. And I think even then they're going to need a number 2, somebody who can score too, So let's see, man. But right now it's looking like the momentum and all the weight has shifted to the Celtics as far as them having an advantage.
They have the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, and they have played great. But given that, the Celtics are only 5 games behind them with 20 to play, and now they're getting arguably their best player back. I'm all in on the Celtics. They win the Eastern Conference. Where are you, Keith?
I wouldn't say I'm all in on him, but listen, Joe Mazzulla's name hasn't been dropped yet, and he's a big reason why they don't fold. They did not tank. They did not punt on the season. It's a culture thing. They win. Winning organizations stay winning organizations for a reason. They just have a certain way about them. They have a mantra. Like, they're looking at banners up there. They got Lucky the Leprechaun in the middle of the court. They expect to win. Their fans expect them to win. They don't make excuses. Now, they had a huge excuse to make. One of the best players in the game goes down, right? They could have tucked their tails. They could have felt sorry for themselves. But I think they're looking for revenge. I expect Tatum to come back. They will slow play him, but then when they get to the playoffs, it's go time. And they want smoke with the Knicks. They want to run it back. The Pistons also want to redeem themselves for losing to the Knicks. The Knicks fans around me here in New York are saying, hey, it's our year. It's championship or bust. You know, they fired their coach, brought in Mike Brown because he's supposed to get them over the hump. The Knicks fans thought that they were for sure a shoo-in to represent the East. It is not anywhere near a shoo-in now.
Yeah, and just think about it. If you're the Knicks, man, and you looking forward to facing the Celtics without Jayson Tatum, then that's, you know, because everybody said going into the season, they thought that Jayson Tatum would miss the entire season. But now he's coming back to a team that's only in, you know, that is in second place. You know, I think the Knicks probably was confident or thought, okay, we can handle Detroit. We can get past Detroit. We can get past Cleveland. But Detroit got better. The Knicks kind of regressed. Then you have on top of that, like the Celtics, man, like they bringing this guy Tatum back at a time when he got fresh legs. All he have to do really is just get back his game timing and get back into the rhythm of things, man. It's going to be tough for Detroit to come out of there. And it's going to be tough for the Knicks to come out of the East. But I'm looking forward to watching all this, man. This going to be a really good playoff in that Eastern Conference. So that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, man, I'm going to check y'all out in the next video. Peace.